A chilling wind rustles the overgrown paths of a forsaken village, a place shrouded in an eerie silence broken only by the distant whispers of a haunting past. Once bustling with life, this village is now a ghostly remnant of its former self, its stone houses and cobblestone streets standing as stark reminders of a time long forgotten. In the heart of this desolate landscape is Sharon, a mother bound by an unyielding love for her daughter, her heart heavy with the weight of her loss. Her once vibrant eyes, now clouded with sorrow, reflect the relentless torment of not knowing, not understanding what happened to her child. She walks the empty winding paths, her footsteps echoing against the silence, leading her to a place that holds a fragment of her shattered heart, her daughter's long-abandoned school. It stands, a solitary figure against the backdrop of the desolate village, its walls weathered by time, its playground rusted and overgrown. The swing set, once filled with joyous laughter, now creaks ominously in the chilling wind. Each creak, each sway of the swing is a poignant reminder of the void left in Sharon's life. The empty classroom, the deserted corridors, the dilapidated school building, they all echo the same haunting question that torments her day and night. Sharon steps into the deserted schoolyard, her eyes welling up with tears. She gazes at the swing set, her heart aching with longing, with desperation. She can almost hear the echo of her daughter's laughter, see the flicker of her smile, feel the warmth of her embrace. And in that moment, she is overcome with grief, a torrent of emotions flooding her. She falls to her knees, her sobs echoing through the desolate village, her tears seeping into the parched earth. The wind whistles through the empty schoolyard, carrying her agony, her despair, her unanswered questions. And then amidst the deafening silence, she cries out, her voice echoing through the forgotten village, a heart-wrenching plea that pierces the stillness of the night. "Where are you, my love?" Sharon pores over old letters, journals, and photographs. Mementos of a life once brimming with joy, now tarnished by the spectre of loss. Her fingers trace the faded ink, the scribbles of a young girl lost to time. Her eyes, once sparkling with motherly love, now carry the weight of unanswered questions. In the stillness of the room, a tale begins to unfold. The whispers of forgotten memories echo through the silence, painting a picture of strange occurrences, odd noises in the dead of night, shadows that moved on their own, a once cheerful child growing increasingly somber. Each piece of the puzzle, etched in pen and paper, adds to the haunting narrative. Sharon's heart aches as she flips through the pages of her daughter's diary, the last entry dated the day before her disappearance. A chilling sentence sends shivers down her spine. "Mom, I think there's something in the shadows." The room grows colder, a spectral chill hanging in the air. Sharon's mind races, connecting the dots of this disturbing mystery. The whispers grow louder, the shadows deeper as she delves further into the past. Letters from old friends, journals filled with cryptic entries, photographs capturing moments of unexplained fear. They all hint at a malevolent presence that has long haunted their lives. Her breath hitches as she stumbles upon an old photograph of the village church, an eerie silhouette looming in the background. The image, coupled with her daughter's last words, sends a shiver down her spine. The whispers in the shadows, could they be real? The realization hits her like a cold gust of wind. The strange occurrences, the unexplained fear, her daughter's sudden disappearance, they all point towards a sinister force. Her heart pounds in her chest, the weight of the truth bearing down on her. Sharon, desperate, whispers to herself, "There's something wrong here." In the dusty village library, Sharon seeks clues about the village's dark history. The air is heavy with age-old secrets, stories buried deep in the forgotten pages of books. The librarian, a frail old man with a face lined with years of sorrow, watches as Sharon leafs through the brittle pages of a weathered tome titled The Village's Dark Past. As Sharon delves deeper into the cryptic scriptures, the librarian begins to share unsettling tales of the village's history. "The first disappearance," he begins, his voice barely above a whisper, "occurred over 2 centuries ago. A young girl, much like your daughter, vanished without a trace." The librarian's eyes gleam with unshed tears as he recounts the harrowing story of the first victim. He continues, "Since then, every few generations, another innocent soul is lost, swallowed by the shadows. His words hang heavy in the air, echoing in the silence of the library. He speaks of the children who were taken, their lives snuffed out in the prime of their youth. The stories paint a chilling picture, a village cursed by a malevolent entity, a shadowy figure that preys on the innocent. The villagers, paralyzed by fear and despair, are unable to break the cycle of terror. The entity's hunger for souls is insatiable, and it's always waiting, lurking in the shadows for its next victim. Sharon feels a chill crawl up her spine as the librarian's tales unfold. The pieces of the puzzle are falling into place, forming a terrifying image of the force that has ensnared her daughter. She understands now why the village is forsaken, why the buildings are crumbling, and why the playgrounds are silent. The village is not just abandoned, it is haunted by a relentless, malevolent entity. As the last bit of daylight fades, the library is shrouded in an eerie darkness. The entity that lurks in the shadows, the librarian reveals, his voice a mere whisper, it preys on the innocent. Guided by cryptic writings in her daughter's diary, Sharon is drawn to the forsaken church. This once hallowed ground, now a haunting shell, holds a chilling secret buried deep within its foundation. Beneath the worn wooden floorboards, Sharon uncovers an ancient ritual site, its eerie aura permeated with the scent of decayed incense and lost hope. Sharon's heart pounds, her breath quickening as she surveys the chilling tableau. A weathered stone altar stands sentinel in the center, encircled by faded symbols etched into the damp earth. The air is thick with the whispers of 1,000 lost souls, echoing the sorrow of a mother's love torn asunder. The weight of her grief is immense, but Sharon's resolve is stronger. The diary entries, the old tales, and the eerie whispers in the shadows all lead her here. She's at the precipice of the abyss, staring into the unknown, her heart echoing a single desperate plea, the return of her lost child. Determined, Sharon steps into the circle, her trembling hands clutching a silver locket, the last remnant of her daughter's existence. The ritual, as detailed in the diary, is her only hope. She begins to chant the ancient words, her voice trembling with fear and anticipation. Each syllable echoes in the cavernous church, reverberating off the stone walls and the empty pews. As the ritual progresses, the church is plunged into an unnatural darkness. The air grows colder, the whispers louder, the shadows deeper. They twist and dance, manifesting into terrifying, formless shapes that encircle Sharon. The unearthly chill seeping into her bones is a cruel reminder of the entity's presence, its hunger, its insatiable thirst for souls. Yet Sharon stands firm, her voice rising above the cacophony, her spirit unyielding. The malevolent entity lurks in the shadows, drawn to the energy of the ritual, to the desperation of a mother's plea. The church is cloaked in darkness as Sharon's ritual progresses. Whispers and shadows encircle her. Her confrontation with the entity, her battle against the darkness, has just begun. The ancient ritual stirs the sleeping beast, and the echoes of a mother's love challenge the whispers in the shadows. From the shadows, a sinister silhouette emerges. An entity, ancient and malevolent, its form barely discernible in the church's weak, flickering light. It thrives in the darkness, feeding on the fear and despair that has seeped into the very stones of this forsaken village. Its voice is a chilling whisper, a sound that seems to echo from every corner, every crevice. "You called, mortal," it rasps, its tone dripping with an unsettling amusement. The entity's demand cuts through the air, as cold and merciless as the wind outside. "A soul for a soul," it decrees, revealing the horrifying price for her daughter's return. It feeds on souls, and it's hungry. Sharon, grappling with a terrifying choice, watches as the entity draws closer. Her heart pounds in her chest, fear and determination warring within her. She's a mother, and she'll do whatever it takes to save her child. Sharon, fueled by a mother's love, confronts the malevolent entity. Her heart pounds in her chest like a drum, matching the rhythm of her fear, yet bolstered by her unwavering resolve. The entity, a sinister shadow, writhes and pulses, its form twisting and contorting in the darkness. It's a sight that would drive any sane person to madness, but Sharon's focus remains unbroken. She remembers the sweet smile of her daughter, the light of her life. This memory hardens her resolve like steel forged in the fires of her love. She refuses to be swayed by the terror before her, refuses to buckle under its oppressive weight. Her voice, though quivering, rings out with the strength of a mother's love. "Take me if you must, but my daughter will not be your victim." The entity recoils, surprised by her defiance. The stale air of the forsaken church fills with tension as Sharon, defiant, cries out, "I won't let you take her!"